So how are we all doing, folks? So it is Wednesday and oh, here's a tunnel and you all know the rules. Well, I don't make the rules. So yeah, it's Wednesday and I thought why not come out for a ride, because of reasons. I hope everyone's doing good. I haven't made as many videos lately, but I'm gonna try and slow down on the amount of content that I'm making, but try and focus a little bit more on, you know, making better content. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been going long, so I'm just trying to find out what works best and what doesn't. I got an itchy eye. What a bummer. So yeah, anyway, I hope everyone's good. One thing that I did think of actually was to start doing some videos on just talking about some of the big debates in the motorcycle world. So debates like, for example, tyre pressures. Like some people say, some people debate that you shouldn't run like manufacturers recommended tyre pressures on the road. Like for example, Honda recommend 36 front, 42 rear for my bike, and some people comment and say that's way too high. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, but I do have some thoughts on that, so I thought I'll make a post pretty soon, some point this week, and just talk about my thoughts on that. What other big debates have we got? We have the debate over whether or not a new rider should start on a 600 or 1000, or start on something relatively small like a 125, 300, 500. And you know, lots of people do say, well, a bike is only as fast as you make it. You know, the throttle goes both ways and all that. And again, there's some truth in that, but I think there's a lot more to it. So it's something that I've spoken about quite a lot on the lives, but I want to just unpack my thoughts a little bit in a video dedicated just to that debate. So I'll do that soon as well. And yeah, what other debates do we have in the biking world? So tyre pressures, maybe types of tyre. I mean, a lot of that's personal preference, but some people do debate types of tyre you should be using on the road and you shouldn't be using on the road. So yeah, I wonder what else is that. Maybe drop some suggestions, folks, in the comments. If there's a particular point that you think is often debated, and I'm sure there's more, I just can't think of any off the top of my head. But if there's points that you think are often debated and it's worth maybe spending a few minutes talking about, then yeah, what points might those be? And I'm happy to give my thoughts, and it's not because I'm going to be right or wrong, or that anyone else is right or wrong. It's just, you know, I just like to give my thoughts on some of these things. I mean, I'm not an expert, but you know, I've been riding a fair old time, and I do like to learn and listen to experts. Just want to get past this van before the 30 mile an hour limit. Hate being stuck behind the van. So yeah, what are your thoughts? What debating points do you think is worth bringing up and talking about in a video? And yeah, what riding have you all been doing this week? So I'm just off out for a coffee, just to one of the routes that I often do, and me and the lads often do. But I'm on my Todd today, but I thought I'd do this. It's a fantastic route, albeit the time of day means there'll be loads of traffic again, but hey ho. Oh. I don't want to overtake in front of a police car with his blues and twos on. Right, I'm going to pull into this petrol station to get some fuel, and I'll tune back in shortly. Just stopped up to fuel up, and a couple of young people. I think they're a couple. One's on a YB125 and one's on a KTM RC125, and they saw that I had the camera, and they asked if I had a Instagram or any social media. So yeah, I gave them my TikTok and my YouTube. Well, that's nice, that's nice. Had a bit of a chat with them. It's nice to see young people getting into bikes. There needs to be more. So yeah, I got myself another couple of followers and subscribers, so that's pretty cool. I mean, to be honest, that's one thing I love about the biking community. Like, you can just bump into anyone, a complete stranger, but because we all love bikes, there's that shared sense of camaraderie, right? Shared sense of respect for each other. And it doesn't matter what you ride. I honestly, like, some people are quite judgmental of other bikes. If, you know, if somebody isn't on a 1000cc, or if they're not on a sports bike, then some people do judge. But as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter what you ride as long as you're enjoying it. It could be a Harley, it could be a supermoto, it could be a cruiser, even adventure bikes. I mean, there's many types of bikes that are just not my cup of tea. Don't think I'd ever entertain, but I appreciate them for what they are, and I appreciate that people love bikes of all shapes and sizes. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if you're on two wheels, then you're absolutely fine by me. So yeah, this is one of my favourite routes. Just nipping out for a coffee. It's surprising how far bikers will go for a coffee, right? I heard a saying once, and it said, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Give a man a motorcycle and he'll eat fish and chips 154 miles away. And it's true. Oh, my tyres are still a bit cold. Slippy a bit there. Yeah, lots of traffic about today. I haven't got my neck snood on because I wanted to see what the wind noise was like while I was talking when I don't have the neck snood on, because the neck snood does, I think, help block, just obviously help block some of the wind getting into the helmet. So we'll see what that's like. I've also just remembered that I haven't even checked the camera to see if it's on the right settings before I start recording. I mean, I think it is, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to switch off for now, and I'll switch back on when we get to some really good parts of this road. So yeah, so this little part of the Cotswolds It's got some fantastic roads that are windy, super bumpy. There's some tight turns, there's some sweeping turns. It is absolutely fantastic. Really exciting. Exits, a few blind junctions that I need to be careful of, because there's one coming up just round here, I think, or is it on? Yeah, there's one just here, so I'll slow down a bit because there's a driveway, and then there's another one coming up soon. So just round here, this is a beautiful blind bend, but there's a blind exit coming up here, so you have to take it easy just there, that junction. And because we're coming around the corner quite fast, the car just will not see you in time. This right-hander is actually really sketchy. I mean, it looks wide open, but the tarmac changes surface right in the middle of the lane, and if you're not careful, your tyres can lose grip really easy. You could just about maybe make out the difference in the tarmac. I've actually felt my tyres skipping across the road on that piece of tarmac. Really sketchy. And then you can open it right up, and the road faces you all over the place. Really bumpy, but wide open. Just a little bit busy at this time of day. Bend with a crest. What did he brake for? There was no need for him to brake there. Past that van and I saw that nothing was coming. Same there, and then you can see up the hill as well to the other side of that bend. Fourth gear is fine. Cut it in fine. And then just cut the road a little bit there to straighten it out. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, time for a coffee. So, I have had my drink and I'm gonna go for a spin all the way back home. And maybe have a little fun on the way back as well. So The bike meet is fast approaching, folks. The bike meet that I'm organising at the... We're meeting basically at the Factory Heads Cafe, Donington. And it's a place that I chose because it's fairly central in the UK. And it sort of needs to be, really, because people are coming from all over the place. You know, people are coming from Scotland, Brighton, North Wales, South Wales, Yorkshire, and then, as I've already said, even from Denmark. Good old Maria's travelling all the way from Denmark. Fantastic. So yeah, I picked somewhere sort of central in the UK. It's basically East Midlands, and I picked it because there's loads of place to park, loads of spaces to park and gather, where we're not going to be in anyone's way, really. And it's got the cafe there. It's got Superbike Factory there if you want to browse around and have a look at some bikes and some bike kit. So if you want to bring your credit card and spend some money, then feel free. And basically from about 12 PM onwards, we're just going to be chilling there for a few hours. A chance to meet people face to face. If people want to come and say hello to me, then feel free. If people want to say hello to some of the other regulars on my live, then feel free. Fanboy of the Fireblade. I fucking love it. I love when people smile and just show their appreciation for the bike. So yeah, and then basically just chill out and, you know, have a few laughs. There's the professional photographer, XF Photography. He's going to be there as well, so you can get some pictures of you and your bike. He'll do like individual pictures as well as like a photo shoot. Thank you. As well as a photo shoot if you want, so you can have a whole range of photos of you and your bike if you want, and then you buy them from his website. You download them from his website. He is really good. He is really good. I mean, I don't know a lot about photography, and to be honest, you know, I couldn't tell you all the detail that goes into making a photo really good, but when you see a really good photo, you know it's a good photo, and he's very good at what he does. He does a lot of automotive stuff, including a lot of bikes, and he rides himself as well. So yeah, really good guy. So he's going to be there, and it's a chance to help him build his business. He's been doing photography for a long time by all accounts, but he's more recently started to do it as a business, so it's going to help him out as well. What I also plan to do, for a few people who are already going to be doing this with me, but I'll do a few more if we get a chance, is film some episodes of Heartbeats and Horsepower. So basically, if anybody wants to be on camera for 10 minutes talking about your bike, and then you'll be featured in an episode of Heartbeats and Horsepower, then just give me a shout and we'll make that happen. If you're not sure yet what Heartbeats and Horsepower is, then have a look at my channel. There's a slightly shorter version on TikTok, and the full version is on YouTube. Now, albeit the first episode, the audio wasn't great. We were out in a place that was quite windy, quite breezy, so it did interfere with the audio a little bit, but you'll get the idea of what it's intended to be. And you know, I'm still learning. It's all trial and error. I know next time to try and find somewhere that's a bit more sheltered from the wind, just to help the audio a little bit, but we'll get there. So if you want to take part in that and you come into the bike meet, then just let me know, and we'll make something happen. I want to try and do episodes of that on as many different types of bikes as possible. So, you know, not just sports bikes, but you know, any bikes. So yeah, really looking forward to the bike meet. I cannot wait. And like I've said before, if it goes well, which I'm sure it will, if it goes well, then I'll definitely organise another one. Sorry folks, I should have indicated then. Right, this little bit of road coming up now, I'm going to hang back a little bit because the road just drops away, and it is a fantastic feeling. I mean, it proper gets you out the seat. It drops away twice actually, once here, and then here again. This is basically the same road that I came in on. It's just as fun on the way back as it is on the way there. Yeah, that was intentional. As soon as I saw it was clear, I purposely moved. I allowed myself to drift over so that I could overtake, just in one smooth movement. And what I love about 1000cc is I didn't even have to change gear there. I dropped down to a 40 mph limit, and then I just picked it back up on the torque. I didn't even need to change gear. That's another one of those big debates, isn't it? Is 1000cc too much for the road? Well, arguably, a 600cc sports bike is too much for the road. And while I do understand you can have enough fun on a 600, I do understand that. But I just fucking love my 1000cc. And I have no intentions of downgrading to a 600. Sometimes when this is clear, you can actually overtake here on the outside. Bit dodgy. Please don't ever do that, anyone. I'm not recommending you do that. Yeah, traffic. It's that time of day now. I mean, traffic's building up. So yeah, I'm not giving up my 1000cc for anything. Absolutely you can have loads of fun on a 600 on the road, and absolutely a 600 is too much for the road, just as much as a 1000 is too much. But I don't care. I fucking love it. Again, that was purposeful, you know, that hanging over to the right hand side to increase my vision a little bit. I'd just square the corner off a little bit, or sorry, straighten the corner out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that, at the right time and the right place. if anyone's ever done any advanced driver training or advanced rider training, that's one thing that is covered, you know, using the available space on the road as long as it's safe to do so. So one thing I always do, folks, is slow down for 30-mile-an-hour limits. You know, we're on sports bikes, we can have a bit of fun, but when it comes to built-up areas and 30-mile-an-hour limits, it's not worth messing around. Anyway, that's enough for me for today. Have fun, folks. Stay safe. Enjoy yourselves.